If you are looking for a new day trading strategy to add to your arsenal, this is the video for you. We're going to be talking about the inside bar trading strategy here, and we're going to be doing this on the TradingView platform just so that we can visualize this in a clean and effective manner. So really quick, let's just dive right on into it. We are looking at the S&P 500 daily chart, okay? Now, what the inside bar strategy really is it's looking at a candlestick chart. We're using hollow candles. You don't need to use hollow candles, but candlesticks or hollow candles will do pretty much just fine. You can also use bars as well, but it's easier to visualize with a candlestick chart. Let's get rid of this volume across the bottom of our screen so that we can see this a bit easier and it makes it a little bit cleaner for us to view. So let's give a quick kind of overview into the inside bar strategy. Then we'll dive into examples of how it has played out on the S&P and how we can utilize this indicator in the future. Really, no matter what stock you want to trade, it's a great, reliable strategy that you can fall back upon. Okay, so let's say we have a day and we are looking at a candlestick, and our candlestick looks like this. We got a nice candle, it has a little bit of a wick up, a little bit of a wick down, but it looks something like that, okay? And that's Monday. It doesn't matter what day it is a certain day. This can be utilized again across any time frame you would like, but it's easy to visualize and it keeps the pace, I think, at a pretty nice, effective level when you look at the daily charts. This way you have time to kind of chart things at night. You don't have to be at your desk all the time intraday, and you could be, part-time trader, you can be full-time, whatever the time frame, it doesn't really matter, but you're looking for a specific setup that then will give you a trigger for the next day's trade, okay? The next day happens to be something like this, where we have maybe a candlestick that fits inside of, let's say, this prior candle, okay? So the top of the range is up here of the prior day. The bottom of the range is down here. So when you have a big range day, like a big up or down day, is kind of what you're looking for, right? Don't worry too much about the wicks just yet. We'll kind of cover some examples to kind of give you peace of mind in terms of looking at the wicks, okay? And then, of course, it comes down to you perfecting your craft. There's no one size fits all for these strategies. You could, of course, customize this to your liking. But then the next day, we stay inside the prior day's range. Now, sometimes you'll see candles that'll be more so skewed to the bottom end of the range or more so to the top end of the range. It doesn't really matter. All that matters is that we are inside the range of the prior day. Okay? And then what we're going to do is we're going to set alerts. We're going to set alerts at the top of the range and the bottom of the range. Okay? So if the range breaks, we are alerted and we know, oh, bottom of the range broke. That means I got to come look here and play potential downside. Oh, top of the range broke. That means potential upside here. Okay? That's what we're looking for. So what we're playing off of is this consolidation phase, almost in a sense, of the next day. Right, it gives a chance for option contracts to kind of come down after a big move. Contracts get pumped up depending upon the direction, and it gives things a chance to consolidate and kind of tighten up and contract a little bit before potentially the next big move. Okay, great. So now what we're going to do is we're going to utilize TradingView, and we're going to take TradingView, take it to the next level, pull up this indicator, this strategy on our charts so that we can start playing. But before we do that and go over to the indicators tab and start running this strategy up on our charts, I do want to thank the sponsor of today's video, Chart Prime. Chart Prime is an awesome trading suite, algorithm, and community all baked into one. With Chart Prime, you get access to some incredible trading tools like automatic pattern detection, unique indicators, trading signals, and even a Discord community centered around trading education and building profitable traders. And don't just take my word for it. Here is a look into some of the recent member profit posts, and you can see that members are banking off of Chart Prime, whether that's the automatic patterns to build their trading plans, indicators, or even some of their awesome signals, and analysts who post trade ideas. Their indicators integrate right into TradingView, which makes it super easy to analyze your favorite charts, whether it's stocks, crypto, really you name it. Although many of the trading signals and the analysts in the Discord do focus on crypto trades, there's a ton to work with here. And I'd say that my favorite has to be the automatic pattern detection, whether it's indicating different technical patterns on the charts or that's candlestick patterns. It really helps eliminate a lot of the time that it would take to do your own technical analysis. And you can have essentially a bot a system, an algorithm, do it all for you. I will leave a link in the video description box down below if you want to check out Chart Prime, sign up, and get in on this action right now. They've got countless tutorials, webinars, and even live trainings that they run all the time that are meant to help you and cut down on that learning curve, giving you the best chance of success. Seeing all this and the community firsthand gives me a lot of confidence that they have your best interests in mind, and they want you to be able to capitalize in all aspects of trading, long, short, it doesn't matter. Again, I'll leave those links in the video description box down below and get started right now. All right, so boom, I'm gonna go up to the indicators tab, and just like with Chart Prime, I have some of my Chart Prime indicators also here favorited and also used there. I'm gonna go to the technical section. I'm gonna go to strategies. I'm then gonna go to inside bar strategy here on TradingView, okay? And if you guys need TradingView, a platform, a free trial or whatever, all that great stuff, they'll be linked up down below. I have the premium. I'm not here to sell you on everything about TradingView. You don't need the premium, but if you do want to take advantage or you want to upgrade or whatever, I recommend the Pro or the Pro Plus to start off because it's a lot cheaper, and then you can kind of see from there if it's worth your while. But there's also free trials, so take advantage of that good stuff. And you can also use TradingView for free, although there are limited aspects of the free version. So let's dive in. Indicators, strategies, inside bar. I have it pulled up on my little drop down up here, so I'm going to pull that up and I'm going to type in, or I'm going to go to the inside bar. I'm not going to change any settings just yet. Okay, I can do that as I need to over time, but I'm not going to do so. So you're going to start to see these inside bar markings popping up. Now, what's interesting about these markings is that they're not where the arrow's pointing is after the fact. Okay, so we want to go back in time to get a view of this, and we want to look at what has just or happened prior to that arrow. Okay, and then what we want to then do is, in the future, see if we can find this setup on our charts. And actually, I see one glaring us right in the eyes when we're filming this video right now. So let's go back and look at some of these inside bars over the past couple of months. Let's start over here, okay? So what we're going to notice is that we had this big downside day right here on this candle where it is pointing to the inside bar. So what happened? Well, look at the days prior to that. We had this red candle right up in here. Let me zoom in a bit more. So here we go. We had this red candle right up in here. And then the next day, what happened? Well, we had a wick down to right here and a wick up to here. And then the candlestick was in between, or the body was the very small body in between, kind of like a doji. But what we had was we ended up inside the range of the prior day. So we have an inside bar setup. Then guess what happened the next day? We opened the day up here, okay? We opened still inside of that and that ultimate range, right, of the prior candle. So let me just draw this box in so it makes it easier to view. Okay, so here's our bar, okay? This is our range from this red candle right here, okay? Inside bar there. Now, we can have multiple bars inside of that main bar, but we're looking for a break. So we want to see a break of the upside here. Looks like 40.12, or a breakdown of, in this case, it looks like around 39.39. So the next day we open up here. No interest, okay? No interest. But playing this strategy, we get interested once we break the low of the range. And we did. And guess what happened? We had a very nice opportunity to take a trade to the downside throughout the rest of that day as we then closed substantially lower. So that was a perfect example of using the inside bar strategy and playing it out. Now let's go out and let's go fast forward and let's go look at a different example because, of course, they're not always going to be perfect. TradingView is giving me one right here. Now, the problem here is that this is a range break of this candle right here. So you're playing an inside bar break on this arrow of what was this candle right here. So technically speaking, from the original bar that was developed here by this green candle to the upside, and we had an inside day of that range on this candle on August 4th here in this example, we didn't break that range this next day. So in our view right here, that's not technically what we're looking for. You can play it, of course, many ways, and you can play off of range breaks of this candle, but we're not looking for that. We want to see a range break to the upside or downside, and we actually got one here. Now, there was a wick up and it was sold off, but there was actually intraday action that you could have capitalized to the upside once that range broke to the upside. So again, it's not perfect, right? These are examples. These are not perfect situations, right? But you guys are starting to get the point. Here's another example up here at the top of our screen. What do we have? We had this candle right here, okay? Pretty big wick up, pretty big wick down. But the next day, we were inside that range. So inside of the range of the prior day, now what we're looking for is a breakdown of the bottom of that range. We got it, and guess what? We got a lot more on the table there of downside to play, and boom. And these are daily candles, guys. So intraday, there is amazing opportunity off of the shorter term time frames for these moves are much bigger. They're going to look a lot bigger on the shorter term time frames. So now you kind of get the point of what these inside bar range breaks are like. What about that glaring inside bar that's staring us right in the face? Let me get rid of this. So now you can kind of see how this works, right? Now, what we're looking for is a perfect example right here, right now, when we're filming this video. So I encourage you to look at this time frame, or to come back this time frame. It is December 6th and 7th of 2022, okay? But I'm going to draw this in. So here's our range. So here's our bar, right? So we have this range. Now, we ended up towards the bottom. So I guess our bias is going to be potentially looking for a range break to the downside because it's closer to the downside. So if we have a big move to the upside, I don't know, I'm a little more skeptical of that move right away, potentially. But of course, it's still going to count as a break. So something to keep in mind and potentially play off of, right? But if we break this low, which happens to be around 39.20, okay, down here, this could provide a really nice short setup opportunity that we could trade off of to the downside. Okay, so we're looking for that range break. Now let's look at the bigger or the shorter term time frames. Okay, so here's our zone. We can get rid of this for a second. Zoom this guy in. Let's look at the 5-minute chart. So let's get a better visual of what we're truly looking at here. So our bottom range is right here, and the top of our range is, I believe, up here. Okay, so what we're seeing is that in some of those candles we looked at in the past, we got about, let's say, a 50%, breakout, for example, where, the big bar, right, on the break move, we're looking at maybe, a 25 to 50% of the size of this initial or of the original bar, right? The original daily candlestick that we had a day, inside of, okay? So if that's the case, that's still going to provide a pretty substantial opportunity, right? Because what we're looking at is even if this range were to, let's say, break to the downside and we get a little piece of this move, well, on a short-term time scale, if this is what we get, which again is still a relatively small move in the grand scheme of the overall bar that we've created here, okay, of this pattern, that is an amazing day trade move to the downside. So that is what it's all about. We are using the inside bar strategy to pick our spots and to take day trades off of a range break of the prior couple of days. So you have a range, a big move, consolidation, and then a break of that range. And that is where we're looking for either continuation or a reversal, right? Continuation in this case would be a move to the downside. In this case, if we get a move to the downside, that would be a continuation move because we had sold off initially, okay? And we're looking for more. Or a range break back up, meaning that, hey, we reverse back up and we break the top range of that inside bar. And now we've got a reversal to the upside. That is trading the inside bar in a nutshell. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section down below. Make sure you are subscribed here to the TC Trading channel if you want more videos just like this in the future. Again, links and resources as well as our channel sponsor, Chart Prime, will be linked up in the video description box down below. Thanks so much, guys, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.